Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on Thursday, the day after another fantastic prayer meeting, and going deeper and deeper, higher, higher, wider and wider with our Lord. So it's fantastic. Today we're reading through Genesis 16 to 18, and here we find the everything going on there with Sarah and Hagar and Ishmael. And Sarah trying to help God along with his promise. And we all know the prophetic that's here in Isaac and Ishmael. Isaac representing the promise, that we are a people of promise. We are not a people of works. We're not a people of the law. And Ishmael representing the works, the law. And but there's a couple of things here that really stood out for me. One was the fact that God entered into a covenant with Hagar. Now this should stand out for us as we're doing our study on women. But he entered into a covenant with Hagar with no male involved. He says to Hagar, I am going to make you into great nations. Kings will come from you. Great nations will come from you. No male involved. She is the matriarch of nations with no patriarch. You know, people would turn to Abraham and say, well, he's the patriarch, but Abraham, he's out of the scene. Eventually they send off Hagar and Ishmael, and Abraham has nothing more to do with him. And some would say, well, Ishmael was blessed because of the covenant that was given to Abraham, but the covenant that was given to Abraham included Sarah, not Hagar. This is a separate covenant that God enters into with Hagar because of her mistreatment. He promises that great nations are going to come out of her. Wow. Okay. The second thing is, the covenant that God gave was not just with Abraham. He separately spoke of Sarah. He said to Abraham, yes, great nations and kings would come from Abraham, but he spoke specifically to Sarah and said that Sarah would have a son, and from Sarah will come nations and kings. So this means that Abraham doesn't get to just sleep around with whoever he wants and have kids and great nations are going to come out of them. It doesn't work that way. It's the covenant involves Sarah, and without Sarah, Abraham's part of the covenant would not be fulfilled because it names specifically Sarah. It's a covenant thing that's happening here. This is the promise. The promise involves Sarah and nobody else. That's why Hagar has a separate covenant. Hagar's covenant has nothing to do with Abraham. Hagar's covenant has to do with her and God. Wow. Wow. Something to take in there, isn't it? I'm going to leave you with that. Chew on that for a little while. Yeah. God made humanity to reflect his nature, and he made them male and female. God bless.